Go.
Guys, it's Kevin Debs. We're back here. We've got another presentation. We're going to do a little quick and tight recap of the comp plan. I have Ambassador John Lopresto with me, which is a great pleasure. And one thing you guys have to remember throughout reading these slides and digesting it, what we want for you here at Newulife is to have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own efforts. That is the key to all this. It's leverage. With that, John, I'd like to turn it over to you and guide us through all the different ways we are going to make tons of money. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes, it's all about, forget about linear income. It's all about residual income. It's all about leverage income. It's all about building a network of independent contractors and getting a little override from all of the volume that's about to come in this business. That's the reality. Now, if you want to break it down, there's multiple ways to get paid. We got retail commissions based off our own personal customers. Anyone that goes to your website and orders the bottle retail $169, you actually get $45 for that customer. But if anybody gets it at the preferred customer price of $149, you make $25 every time that customer purchases that bottle month after month after month. Plus volume goes into the binary. Now, if you get 20 or more customers to shop on your website, you get $35 a bottle. So you have 20 customers, $35 is $700 a month, plus a bunch of points going into the binary. And we'll explain that in a little bit. Now you can go after commercial customers. You can go after spas, salons, chiropractors' offices, wellness centers, and things of that nature. Anybody with a brick and mortar that's into vanity, that's into wellness, that's into health, they buy 40 bottles minimum. They get the bottle. They get the bottles at $89. They retail at $169. They sign a merchant agreement policy to not discount it below $169. And you make commission of $520, one-time commission. And if they're ordering 40 each month, it's another $520 plus 1,500 points go into the binary, which leads to even more money. There's no limit on how many customers we can bring in. Now, all these points add up. Every bottle of this wonderful product right here adds up to 140 points, $140, 140 points goes in to the plan. Retail is a little different because you're getting paid out on the retail, and the volume of the compensation for the commercial customers, you're getting paid $520 for that. So they take those 40 bottles and they add 1,500 points. Needless to say, points are coming in from everywhere. In a binary, two sides, ready, a left and a right side. There's going to be volume from your left and volume from your right. This is a 60-40 binary. So you can see those points right there. 400 points, 40%. 600 points, 60% of 1,000 points. Every 1,000 points triggers what they call a cycle. If you're a promoter or coordinator, you make $40. If you're a coach, you get a 50% raise plus a $700 car allowance. So you go from making $40 a cycle to $60 a cycle, which means every time volume from those both legs adds up to 1,000, the smallest leg being at least 400 points, it triggers a $40 or a $60 cycle. And you're allowed a maximum, you ready for this? Of 417 cycles a week, $25,000 a week. That's $100,000 a month. Not too shabby. The reason they're doing this is because they anticipate a monstrous amount of people, a profound amount of distributors coming in this business. When I started, there were only 200 of us. There's 3,500 of us now, a few months later, and we're in pre-launch. So we're anticipating tens of thousands of people coming in, using a bottle a month, times 140. You can see how this adds up. You need at least one bottle to be qualified at promoter or coordinator, and you need to be 2 bottles at coach, which means you can use 1 bottle, sell 1 bottle. It's your preference. Or use 1 bottle and use another bottle. I don't care what you do. Okay? Yeah. 3 ways to buy in. You come in for $199, you come in for $4.99 or $8.99. I highly suggest, and Kevin, we talk about this all the time, currency, having physical currency, having a few bottles to share with people, getting a new associate to come in the business, and once they get started, you could say, hey, get the Pro Pack. I'll give you a bottle now. When you get your Pro Pack, you can give me one later. These are the 3 ways to get started. You can come in as little as $1.99, which gets your product, your spot on the binary, and includes your membership and your website. Now, every time you bring someone in the business for $1.99, it triggers a $20 commission to you. For $4.99, it triggers 60, and for $8.99, you can make 120. And there's no limit on how many people you bring in. So if you get 10 people who buy an 8-pack, you make $1,200. But here's the meat and potatoes of the plan. In this binary, we have a Unilevel matching bonus. So let's just say you went out and brought 10 people in the business, and you hit the level of coordinator. The coordinator, you have to have at least 2 on your left and 2 on your right. But you brought in 10, so you covered that. You have at least 5,000 points of volume on your weak leg. Check this out. You become a coordinator, and now you get a 10% override check match weekly on everyone you just brought in, those 10 people. When you get to coach, let's say those same 10 people, but you have 10,000 points of volume now. Now you're a coach. You get a $700 car allowance as coach, which is phenomenal to begin with, monthly, but you get a 15%. Instead of 10% on your first level, now they give you a 15% weekly check match on all of your personally sponsored associates and a 10% check match on whoever they bring in. So if you bring in 10 people, and those 10 people bring in 10 people, now you have 100 people at your second level, you're talking about a 10% check match on 100 people. Once you become life coach, 20,000 in volume on your weak leg. Now you're getting a 15% on your first level, 10% on your second level, and it opens up level 3 and level 4 at 5%. I just hit the rank of ambassador in 10 weeks. Thank you so much. I could have done it without you, Kev. I could have done it without Joe in this one and that one. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank everybody.
We're all so happy for you.
Thank you. I know you are. Not in a nice way. You're kind of level 1, 15%. Level 2, 10%. Level 3, 4, 5, and 6%. Excuse me, level 6, 5% override on check matches on anyone on those levels of sponsorship. So this plan goes deep and this plan goes wide. When you become Diamond Ambassador, it opens up your level 7. Now that is 7 levels of check match weekly bonuses. Now you also have coaching bonuses. All of those little starter packs, $199, $499, $899. Anyone who's personally sponsoring those new associates gets that 20 or 60 or 20 or 120, excuse me. But as coach, as soon as you become coach, anyone that's in your line of sponsorship, now you get 20% of that 20, 60, or $120 bonus. So not only does the sponsor get paid, but you get a little override on every one of those packages. 20% of $20 is $4, 20% of $60 is $12, 20% of 120 is 24. But you get that coming in every level, wide and deep, anyone in your line of sponsorship, until someone else becomes a coach. And then you're cut off. When you become a life coach, instead of 20%, they add another 30%. Now you're making 50% override. When you become ambassador, they add another 30%. Now you have an 80% override on the 20, 60, or $120. Diamond Ambassador, full 100% match on 20, 60, and 120. So tons of ways to get paid. 3 ways to get in. $199, $499, $899. I came in for $899. You came in for $899. It's the only way to go. Get your bottle, get on the product, and let's start making serious residual money together. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Take us out, Kev.
I will tell you guys one last thing. When you go into your back office and you can see the 5 different ways you can get paid, it is fantastic. You start to see how this adds up, and we are so early, and we're going at such an exponential rate.
We are.
These numbers are going to have real meaning to you. So make sure you understand this. Watch this over and over again. I know I will. I need to watch it every day. Thank you for joining us. We will have some fun. We'll be back with more tutorials. Thanks, guys.
Be good, guys.